everybody, when they're young, has weird ideas and can be incredibly influenced. Nobody can make that decision. Just because a boy plays with something that's the color pink does not mean that they're signaling that they're actually think they're a girl. And you have all these innate characteristics that men typically don't have. And the fact that you're willing to redefine who you are as women to allow men to lump into your category totally diminishes the uniqueness of you. And really, you guys are just like flesh objects.
O Lord of hosts, be with us, for we have none other help in times of adversity but Thee. O Lord of hosts, have mercy on us.
Yes. A man dating a transgender woman is straight. You agree with that statement, Katerina? You agree with that statement?
Your eyes. I feel like if a man, I feel like this is my stance. I feel like a trans woman is a woman, and I don't think that means they're gay. And I think a lot of people who date trans women don't think they're gay.
I think they're gay.
And that's your opinion. That's fine.
Okay, wait, like full surgery, everything's done.
That's what I'm saying. They're fully done, and they're like that point. Because their brain is a man, and their vagina's fake.
No comment.
They are a man, so their chromosomes are XY, and you can't change that. And even if they get the surgery to have,
do you respect trans individuals? Like, you might think it's a man, but
I think it's a mental illness.
So I think okay. So you think it's a real thing though? Like
it's a real mental illness. Yeah.
You think it's just a mental illness, not
gender dysphoria? Yeah, I think it's a psychological disorder for sure. And I think our culture is perpetuating it.
I think back in the day it was like it was like, I don't know how to explain. Like, now it's so out there public, like teachers are teaching like those things, not okay in my opinion. I think that is just ridiculous to be teaching them so young. But I also believe, I have a friend who, before all this stuff was out there, she and she transitioned. Like, one summer she just left and then came back, and she came as a boy. And I think, like, she didn't even know all these things that back then, you know what I mean? You don't get today it's all over, like the phone, in school. Like, back then it wasn't like that. And so I feel like that's how
still a mental illness, but the contagion is now spread through social media.
Yeah, that's a debate I don't really want to get into, but that's very.
I think you're right when it comes down to. Sorry if anyone is against this, but if like people think of themselves as like animals, like they think they're like furries, a cat or whatever. Yeah, I think you're right in like that sense. But when it comes to like different genders, I don't think so.
Absolutely, it is.
But it's like a medical base. Like, there's lots of research about it. Like, that's the thing. Like, people calling how she's dressed up now, the Zers, them, like that stuff. I don't play with, because that's like crazy. Just be calling yourself whatever you want. But I do think being transgender is an actual medical thing. That is, like, do you know what Blair White is?
Yeah. I know him.
See, that's like a disrespect. Like, I feel like even
it's a man.
Okay, I
don't abide by. I'm not going to allow people to police my language, because language reflects reality. And we talked about the word. We talked about the importance of language and how we're co-creators. I'm not going to allow people to dictate the language so that I live in a false reality.
Do you know who Caitlyn Jenner is?
Yeah, Bruce.
Let's skip this segment, please.
Next subject.
Well, it's because, like, I don't agree, and I think you're allowed to feel however you want, but I also feel like I'm very big about respecting people. I think when it comes to like the whole children thing, how we're pushing it on our children, that stuff needs to be stopped. But I also feel like there's two separate things. Like, someone can be a transgender person, and that's a real thing. But then there's opposite case of where there's kids like asking for surgeries to do all those things, and that's not okay either. Like, I think there's two sides of it.
Obviously, you have to be a certain age to fully come up with a decision, because you can't be like 5 years old being like, I want to be a girl.
No, actually, they're on hormone blockers as they are.
No, I mean, like, you shouldn't be able to.
Yeah, but they're still blocking them to have puberty, and therefore totally altering their biology forever, and often because they go on hormone blockers before puberty, like there's been cases where they can't climax, they have all these long-term problems because of it. And so the fact that parents are even able to abuse their children in the name of virtue signaling, piety signaling, look, I have a trans child, and what are the chances that one woman has 3 trans children? Well, clearly this is all being orchestrated, and that this is a social contagion. and we're destroying people. And the fact that people are okay with young people getting hormone blockers and not going through puberty and allowing them, because everybody when they're young has weird ideas and can be incredibly influenced. Nobody can make that decision. Just because a boy plays with something that's the color pink does not mean that they're signaling that they're actually think they're a girl.
That's what's happening now. I feel like back then, like when my friend in middle school, when they transitioned, it was way more like, I feel like that was their decision. They were feeling those thoughts and went to a doctor and went to a therapist, because it's not a thing nowadays that you go to a teacher and the teacher's like, well, nowadays it's like the teacher's like, yes, you are this, and they confirm that, and without them being like, maybe you should talk to your parents or this and that, they're kind of putting it in their head, you know?
Yeah.
Back then it wasn't a thing like that. So I feel like I've seen it firsthand, like where people actually, and he is still how he is now, and that's how he feels.
Right.
And I feel like I just want to respect that. You know, if I'm not in their body. I can't tell how they feel. I can't say that that's not real. You know what I mean? That's their reality to them.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
So actually, one of the pranks that I did, I was dressed up like this, and I asked people, should we ban puberty blockers? And most people agreed that we shouldn't ban puberty blockers.
See, that's what I'm saying is the end of both spectrums. Like, I don't think that's okay. I don't think kids like doing that stuff very young, because there's lots of detransitioner people and like people who regret it in the future, I think. But I also believe that people who are transgender is a real thing. Also, because I follow Blair White and I do see that she has the perspective of both sides, you know, and she believes that this is a real thing that she is, and she also understands. And
some people believe they're an animal.
Are you like a whole trans community, and I love transgender.
Are you?
Just for the sake of time, I do have to move it on. But Lucy, you did also, for 23, wrong to refuse to date a transgender person because they are trans, and you agree with that.
Can you read it again? Sorry.
Okay, so for example, let's say I didn't want to date a transgender woman. You think that would be wrong?
Yeah, like, why not?
Because
why wouldn't it?
That's a man.
Oh, you believe that too?
Yeah, I don't. Yeah.
Are you surprised?
No, not really. I mean, I don't
It's
know.
not.
I get back and forth.
Okay, well, let me ask you: Is a transgender woman a male?
See, I am also about realistic, like, because even like Blair White says, like, at the end of the day, like, her genetics, like, but I'm respect, like, her, I'm gonna call her her because that's how she wants to be portrayed. But also, I understand, like, that's what I'm saying. I'm all about respect. Like, unless it's crossing.
You can be respectful.
No, yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, you're, and I don't think it's okay.
You're asking
you're
if
not
it's
being
right
respectful.
Or if
like,
it's wrong for a straight man to go for a transgender woman.
No. Well, is it wrong to refuse to date a transgender person because they're trans?
no.
I mean, you're asking me.
Yeah, asking you.
So I don't think.
But you agree with that? You think it is wrong?
No,
You think it is wrong?
I think
or you
it
think
is
why
wrong.
not?
Yeah, like why not? But like
Because they have
also
a
like
penis.
you know.
I
like,
don't want to date somebody who has a penis.
But what if they
or
had
a-
the surgery so that they don't have it?
Okay, sure. Don't want to date somebody who's ever had a penis.
Because like if they tell you that like, hey, like, you know, I'm transgender and you're into that, like why would you
Also, it's not a vagina.
go into that?
That is not pussy. That's not pussy.
See, like, but then it also goes deeper level. Like, obviously, they can't reproduce, and they can't. There's bigger. Like, that's why I didn't write yes, because I understand it's not. I don't think it's transphobic to not want to date a transgender, even if you are transphobic. I don't know, whatever. But
what does
I'm
that
saying,
mean? I don't have an irrational fear of trans people. Phobia is
No, I'm
like
not
an
saying you,
irrational.
I'm
I know, but in
saying-
general, like, I just hate how like homophobia, transphobia, like the society creates these words, which the etymology of it means an irrational fear.
Yeah, I'm
I
using
don't
the
have an
word that
irrational fear
is-
of a gay person or a trans person. I have a moral standard that I believe these things are wrong and they're deleterious to our society.
So they should just all hide and fake their feelings
That's
just
what
for
I'm saying.
people
I
who don't
think
believe in it?
if we lived in a better civilization, I don't think this would even come up as a major problem. And are there people that were, presented themselves in other ways? Yeah. If you look into the history of temple prostitutes in various pagan societies, there would be young boys that would sometimes be castrated. They would be eunuchs, and then they would be a temple prostitute, and they would present as a woman. Yeah. Has that happened in history? Of course. And then people want to say, yeah, but some people are born like androgynous. Okay, that's still an exception to the rule. The vast majority of us are not androgynous or hermaphrodites.
We should ask the blue-haired lady. What do you think?
not lady,
She also has her septum pierced. So it's not very
not
typical.
lady.
Well, I think it's incredibly transphobic if you're not willing to to date trans people, obviously.
What do you think, though, for realsies?
No, I think you must be like, what's it called, bisexual if you want to date someone who is, transgender.
Otherwise known as gay.
Yeah, because like you're attracted to both. You're attracted to both male and female, so you're obviously bisexual.
What going around the table? What is a woman? Starting with you.
Oh my God.
No, we're not doing
No, I'm not.
Nick,
even
could you
gonna-
close the door? What do you mean?
I mean, I don't want to get into this.
What is a woman?
I'm not gonna get. I just want the I'm not gonna get into it.
answer the way
A
you
biological
want it to be
female
answered?
that was
I
born.
want what you believe. Go ahead.
I'm just not even answering this question.
Why
I
is
feel like
that?
it just goes in loops. This question is very circular, and I don't want to.
What is a woman?
A magical creature. That's what she is.
No, but what is?
I don't know, and I don't want to get into this. Okay, and I'm not debating
Why?
with him about if it's a woman or not.
I'm
Because
like.
he is very educated, and I am not going to get into
I'm
that with the
stupid.
big words.
Okay, debate me.
He uses too many big words. You can't fight with him.
All right, don't then debate
Like
me.
my brain doesn't even have the.
He'll sit this one out
Like,
later.
Sit it
But you
out.
like get off on that, like debating. Like you love that. Are you like a little bit of a masochist?
I'm not a mess.
Is that the right word?
Yeah.
Probably
Fuck,
not.
I don't get
know.
off on
That
it.
was Satan.
Just gives me a
No.
headache. I mean, okay.
Do you want to talk about
What
grape
is a
again?
woman?
I'm not answering that question. I'm not like debating that right now.
What is a woman?
A woman is a woman.
I mean,
Okay, like,
isn't
that's the thing.
but isn't it mind bending? I'm sorry. Did I step on your foot? Isn't it mind bending that even you are like have an aversion to answering that question? Like that's such a basic question.
I understand, but like also I'm on their side of like I believe that there's people who feel that way, that they're trans, and I respect people. So if I feel like answering this question, and I understand that this shouldn't even be a question, and like this is crazy, like that this is a question that I even have to think about or whatever because the people what they would say. Like I understand that. I can see both views.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. I don't want to just
All
I respect everyone and I be whoever the fuck you want to be.
right, I'll ask the rest of the panel. Chloe, Sea Dog, what is a woman?
When you're born with a coochie and you can like give birth.
Yes.
All right. Lindsay, what is a woman?
See, it's such a
I like Chloe's response. I'm copping hers.
Well, put it in your own words.
Oh
though.
my gosh. Okay. I think that it goes back to your DNA and the chromosomes, obviously. So you can't change that.
Okay.
You can change the the genitalia, obviously.
I
Katerina?
agree.
But the DNA itself, yeah.
Katerina, what is a woman?
I think it's different in everyone's eyes.
What? How about your eyes? What is a woman?
It's I don't know. In every woman, it's different.
The fuck?
Yeah, I can't even answer that.
She's Canadian. She's gonna get thrown in prison if she dares say what's it called, a thought crime or something.
Hate speech.
What
Wait,
is
you
a
guys
woman?
put people in jail way more than Canadians.
A woman is a
thought
person
crimes?
with a vagina.
yeah.
All right. Okay, but. Hold on.
You
Wait, I'm
got
not
it
gonna let you
there.
get away with that one. Do you think is a neo-vagina a vagina?
I'm sorry?
A neo-vagina. That's what they call the
If they pay
bottom
for it.
surgery thing or whatever.
Oh, the.
Like so, a transgender woman who has
well,
a
I mean,
vagina.
if they turn it into a vagina, what else would you call
Can we
it?
put air quotes around vagina?
What if it had a long labia? Would you approve?
No, no.
Really?
That would just be like skin from the. Yeah.
What if it was like the best you've ever
into it?
seen?
No.
I think it's a person.
It's not. That's not
It's a person
pussy.
with a
It's not
coochie.
pussy.
Do they make like
But it
fallopian
is.
tubes when they do that?
Babe, no, they're not.
That's a good
That's a good
question.
question.
Good question, Chloe. But no.
Such a good question.
What is a woman?
A woman is a human being.
Is a what?
Is a human being.
But a man is also a human
Yes,
being. So
you're
what's the
right.
difference between a man and a woman? What is a woman?
Genitalia,
Okay, so a woman is what?
a vagina.
A woman is a vagina. Okay.
No, she has a vagina.
All right, what about you? You got to pull your hair down a little bit.
Yeah,
It's,
sure. A woman is anyone who doesn't identify as a man.
That's the best answer.
wait. Oh, wait, hold on. No, give it. Okay, wait. Give us your feminist answer, then
That's what the feminist
and then
answer.
this give us
If
your
you
real
don't
answer.
identify as a man, then you're a woman.
What? That's the first time I heard that. What's the real answer then?
2 X chromosomes.
Okay, tilt your mic down just a teeny bit.
2 X chromosomes.
Grab it from back here, just tilt it down. What about you?
A woman is someone that was born as a biological female with reproductive organs, and yeah.
All right.
Wait, I have a question.
Don't you feel though that the trans identity, like the idea that a man can become a trans woman, it diminishes the unique capacity of what you guys have? Like you guys are able to do something that we as men cannot do, and that's give birth. And you have all these innate characteristics that men typically don't have. And the fact that you're willing to redefine who you are as women to allow men to lump into your category totally diminishes the uniqueness of you, and really you guys are just like flesh objects, right? Because that's really what the trans but that's what the trans woman is, right? You can't reproduce. He doesn't even have the capacity to live as a woman, and yet by redefining it, you guys all diminish yourselves by going along with it.
But like, what about people? Because there's been cases where people are born with both like male and female
That's an
parts.
exception. That's why I brought up with androgyny and hermaphrodism. And how you think that's really frequent? You think there's like there'd be a whole country of people that just have both parts?
Well, no, but if they choose to be a girl, then you're going to be like, well, no, you're both.
And but their chromosomes determine that, right? So they may be born with like a small penis or something like that, but they're whatever their chromosomes are, that's the way that they're going to then reconstruct their genitalia. That's typically how that goes. So it's not like every person who's born intersex just lives their life as intersex. That's not how it works.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that was possible. It's really weird.
Everything's possible.